Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about the Western Bridge circuit. So far what we have learned in this chapter is Kirchhoff's laws. We have learned Kirchhoff's first law and Kirchhoff's second law. We have seen their explanation, understand them these two laws with examples, solved some of the unsolved problems. Okay, I hope you have solved these solved problems in your. Okay. Let's start with the new topic, Western Bridge. So from this now, these Western Bridge, and then we have to learn meter bridge. All our applications or all will require use of Kirchhoff's laws. So basically, the Western Bridge is a method to determine unknown resistance of a body. Okay, that body can be anything. Okay, for example, if we have to determine the resistance of certain metal, okay, certain wooden body, and and etc. So that time we have to use Western bridge. So this method requires three known resistances, or okay, and one unknown resistance of the body we have to determine. So let me show you a circuit. So this is a bridge. Okay, so here resistances P, Q, R. Okay, let me show what is here given, which is known and which is unknown. Okay, so out of these four resistance P, Q, R, S, three resistance are known to us, or we know the value of three resistance, and any one resistance is unknown. We don't know the value, so we have to determine the uh, value of that resistance by using this method. Okay, so here this derivation is done in a general way. Okay, so who is out of these four, which three resistance are known, it is not given. Okay, so let's understand this method. So main motto of this method is to determine unknown resistance of a body when three resistances are known to us. Okay, so a construction, four resistance PQ and RS connected to form quadrilateral ABCD. You can see ABCD. P is along branch AB, Q resistance along BC, R along CD, and S along DA. Okay, then a battery of EMF is connected across the in AC. Okay, with the key K, and a galvanometer is connected across the in B and D. Okay, galvanometer is a device which measures current as well as voltage. Okay, so this is the construction. Okay, let's see the working how it works. When the key is closed, current I is flows after coming at point A, as point A is a junction. So at this point current I will split in two parts, I1 into I2. Okay, then this current I1 will flowing through resistance P, and I2 will flow through resistance S. Okay, then further current I1 at point B again splits, because at point B is a junction. Okay, and current I2 can be can be split or can be added with. Here it is assumed that in a derivation current I1 is greater than I2. So at point D, this I2 will added with this current Ig and come up as I2 plus Ig. Okay, will come as I2 plus Ig across R, and here this current I1, as it is considered as greater than I2, this I1 is splitting. Some part of I1 comes as Ig, and the remaining part I1 minus Ig will go through Q. So you have understood that why it is here I1 splits and I2 gets added, because I1 is greater than I2, so the greater current will always split. Okay, so here I1 splits into Ig, and remaining part what will be I1 minus Ig, and I2 is less than I1, so that's why this Ig will add with this I2 and come as I2 plus Ig. and then at point C again both I1 minus Ig plus I2 plus Ig will add, as a point C is a junction, and I minus Ig plus Ig will cut and you will get I1 plus I2, which is in nothing but the current I. Okay, at point A it splits, at at point C or junction C it again added and come as I, and in this way circuit completes. So as we know the Kirchhoff's voltage law, so let's apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to loop ABDA. Okay, then the second loop BCDB, as I already say, you can name the loop in your way, clockwise or anti-clockwise, and can be start from any point. Okay, you can also go for loop ABDA as a ADBA also. Okay, it depends on you. So let's see the how, as current is flowing, the name of loop is starting from A. So let's from A where it is going B, A to B. So we are moving in the direction of current, then the potential difference across the resistance will come as a negative. Okay, and then B to D also we are going in the direction of current, so the potential difference across the galvanometer, as galvanometer has also some internal resistance, so voltage will come across also it. So what will be whenever we are going in the direction of current, and as the direction of current is from high potential to low potential, so whenever we are going from high potential to low potential, the voltage difference will come as a negative. So if the G is the resistance of galvanometer and Ig is the current across it, so so potential difference will be minus Ig into G. Then D to A, so here we are against the direction of current I2, so voltage will come as a positive, as we are the current I2 is moving from A to D, high potential to low potential, but our way of tracing is D to A, means we are growing from negative potential towards high potential. Whenever you go from negative to positive, the potential will come as a positive, hence I to S equal to 0. Okay, so next, now the Kirchhoff's voltage law to the loop BCDB. Okay, so let's apply Kirchhoff's voltage law to BCDB. Okay, the current across this path is I1 minus Ig. Okay, and it is moving from high potential to low potential, then it come as a negative. Then C to D against the direction of current, hence the current will be positive, and then we are moving from D to B against the direction of current, hence this potential will also be positive. Okay, so we have got these three equations. Okay, this equation is by Kirchhoff's first law, Kirchhoff's junction law or current law, and these two equations we are getting by Kirchhoff's second law or voltage law. Okay, so one of the main logic in this bridge is that the resistances peak, the resistance, the three known resistances are chosen such that potential at B becomes potential at D. So what I said, the three resistances in Western bridge are chosen such that, okay, the potential at point B becomes equal to potential at point D. Okay, so whenever there is a same potential, the current will not flow. Okay, so the current Ig will be equal to 0. So if current Ig is 0, then I1 will not divide into two parts, it directly come as I1 along path Q, and this I2 will come as I2 along path R. Okay, so by keeping Ig equal to 0, Ig equal to 0, we can write these equations 9.4 and 9.5 as, okay, so we get these two new equations. Just divide two equation, you will get PQ, P by Q, S by R. So this is the balancing condition. What is the balancing condition? How we get the balancing condition? Choose three resistances such that, okay, the potential at point B becomes equal to potential at point D. So okay, if the potential at B and D are same, then galvanometers will not show any deflection, or it will show zero deflection, or we can say that it is a null deflection. Okay, so at balancing condition we are getting the null condition or zero deflection in galvanometer. So this is the balancing equation for Western bridge. So if three resistances are known in this equation, then we can determine unknown resistance. So let us consider if PQ are known resistance, then S will be the unknown. Then we can determine this, then the value of unknown resistance S by putting PQR. Okay, so this is the method. This method come this the question on Western bridge will come for maximum 3 marks. Okay, so we have mostly it did not ask this construction, it asks for only explanation. So working, write down the construction short, and this uh, calculation part or explanation how we get this balancing condition. Don't try to forget this condition, how we are getting the galvanometer deflection as a 0. Okay, so this is a 3 marks question as a theory. Problems are also asked in this topic for minimum 2 marks and 3 marks. Let's see the solved problem. What it asks: at what value should the variable resistance be set such that bridge is balanced? Okay, so initially the bridge is not balanced. It asking that, so what the value of Q is chosen such that bridge is balanced. Okay, so by balancing condition, what a bridge will be balanced when the resistances ratio of P by Q equal to S by R. So we have put this, use this equation. We have to find out Q. Okay, so in the problem it is assumed that bridge is balanced, and by putting the value of P, S and R we determine the value of Q. Okay, so first part of problem is solved. What is the other part? If the source voltage is 30 volt, find the value of output voltage across XY. So it is the output voltage across XY means you have to determine output voltage across B and D. Okay, here in this circuit, uh, across XY, what is their galvanometer. As the bridge is balanced, so current will not flow across this path. If current is not flowing across this path, then obvious the voltage will come as a voltage difference will come as a 0. So in the problem it is solved, it is shown with solution. So the way it is solved, it is a long way. I have a shortcut way, let me show you. Okay, so voltage across XY means voltage across BD. So VBD can be as a voltage means a potential difference. So it is a voltage difference between V and D, V minus VT. I have adjusted VA minus BA plus BA. So VB minus VA, okay, VD minus BA. So let's see the diagram. What is VB minus BA? So VB minus VA will be the potential across resistance P, and BD minus VA will be potential across Q. Okay, so potential across P will be what? I2 into P, and potential across resistance Q what? I1 into D. Okay, so let's move to the solution. So retain VB minus V as VP and VD minus V as a VQ. If the bridge is balanced, the I2P equal to I1Q as we see in our derivation. So this I2P is potential across resistance P, and I1Q is potential difference across resistance Q. So both these are equal. So this will come as a 0 volt. As we already see that in Western bridge, if bridge is satisfying the balancing condition, that potential difference will come as a 0 across point B and D. You have to solve, that's why we solved. Okay, let's see the unsolved problem on based on Western Bridge. So there is one MCQ question for resistances 10, 10, 15 on from distance network. What shunt is required? Shunt means parallel resistance. What parallel resistance is required across 15 ohm resistance to balance the bridge? Okay, so let's see the solution for it. So resistances are given as 10, 10, 10, 15 ohm. So we have arranged the resistance 10 PQRS. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 15 ohm. Okay, so whenever this is a type we all the problem we see earlier solved one, that is the type 1, and this is the type 2 problem on Western Bridge. So okay, only these two type questions are asked in exam on Western Bridge. Okay, the on earlier problem all resistances, three resistance are given, we have to determine the unknown resistances. In this problem the all four resistance are given, but it is saying that bridge is not balanced. So what you should do across resistance 50 ohm to maintain the bridge will be balanced. Let's check for whether bridge is why bridge is not balanced. So what Whiston's balancing condition says that ratio of P by Q should be equal to S by R. So 10 by 10 is 1, 15 by 10 is 3 by 2. That is not equal. Okay, you can write this balancing condition can be written as P by Q equal to S by R, or you can also write as P by S equal to Q by R. Okay, so in two ways you can write the balancing condition. Okay, keep P by Q equal to S by R, or P by S equal to Q by R. Okay, so let us assume you have kept a resistance X across X as a shunt resistance across resistance 15 ohm. Okay, so after applying this parallel resistance the bridge will be balanced. Okay, so what will be the equivalent resistance across this branch? As both the resistance are parallel, we are already learned if two resistances are parallel then the equivalent resistance will come as a R1 R2 R1 plus R2. So here are two resistance for 15 and X. Okay, S or X. So 15, what will be the equivalent resistance? 15 into X upon 15 plus X. So this is the balancing condition P by Q. Okay, if the bridge is already balanced, then what will be the equation? P by Q equal to S by R. As bridge is not balanced, we are connecting a parallel or shunt resistance X. So what will the equivalent resistance is here? X into S upon X plus S. The value of S is 15, so 15x upon 15 plus. This whole is the value of resistance across this branch. Okay, the value of R is 10. So in this way we solve the problem, determine the value of X. Okay, so two types of problem of Eastern Bridge. In type 1 you have given three resistance, you have to determine the unknown resistance. That is the direct way. Just put the formula P by Q equal to S by R and determine the unknown resistance. And the type 2 all four resistance are given. Okay, then it asks for put the shunt resistance across any resistance. Okay, to determine the uh, value of that shunt resistance to make the bridge as balance. Okay, let's move to book. So what is the current answer here? 30 ohm. Okay, so two types of problem we have seen. on Western breeze. Okay, and yesterday we have solved the problem 10, 12, 11 is same as 10, so it is homework. Okay, and there is the problem 20 is also same as problem 12, so we already discussed the problem 12. You can solve this problem 20. Okay, so today what we have covered, Weston's breeze. Okay, let's. Okay, so Western breeze is to determine unknown resistance of a body when three resistances are known to you. It is based on null condition of galvanometer, as three known resistance are chosen such that, okay, the potential at point B and potential at point D, or the branch where galvanometer is connected, potential difference across that branch should be zero. Okay, so the it is a 3 marks question, maximum 3 marks question, and derivation, this balancing condition derivation is also asked for 3 marks. Okay, and the problem of 2 marks and 3 marks is asked in this topic. Okay, in next video we will see the applications of Western breeze like meter breeze, or it is not the application, it is just the modification of Western breeze. As in Western breeze we have to do try and error try and error method for choosing three known resistance, okay, to make the galvanometer deflection zero. So we will see in next video. Thank you.